Phantom Blade Executioners is holding their final closed beta test. I got in, I got to experience this old school action arcade brawler beat 'em up game, and these are my experiences. Right out the gate, you are presented with 4 different characters. You're capable of selecting between who you want to play as. I chose Mu Xiaokui because, I mean, she, you know, is wearing the least clothes, so that automatically appeals most to me. But you can also choose to play as Zhuo Shang, Soul, and the Cord. Each character has their own level. Each character has their own unique fighting style, their own gameplay style, their own full dubbing. They're voice actors. The game is entirely voiced in English. Gameplay itself takes the form of a side-scrolling brawler. You'll probably notice that this is very familiar to those of you that grew up in the 90s. I honestly feel like the combat in this game is one of its selling points. It is very fast. It is very fluid. There are a variety of different paths you can take that have treasure chests, that have destructible environments. Before we go ahead and jump into this video on Phantom Blade Executioners, though, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys allow for me to continue to do videos like this every single day, and I cannot express how much I appreciate that. Also, if you have a moment, consider following me over on Twitch, where I stream most weekends. And don't forget to take a look at the Player Pass series that I have on YouTube, covering all the different games, new and old, that I'm playing. You get a variety of different resources, buy opening chests. You unlock additional side quests as you could. Oh shit! Hi. You unlock additional side quests as you continue to explore, because again, there are a number of different routes. Purple designates side quests. Gray designates these story quests. You encounter large enemies like this, but they don't really pose much of a threat because I'm an absolute fucking killing machine. To advance to the next area, you're required to eliminate all the monsters in the area that you're in. And let me preface this by stating the combat animations in this game are phenomenal. Up here you can see the purple arrow designates side content. Over here is the gray arrow, which allows for me to continue towards the boss of the mission that we're on. I haven't really encountered much difficulty in terms of bosses or really monsters in general. Using my ultimate abilities pretty much up until this point been more than enough to make short work of the boss monsters. Continuing to clear content and to a variety of rewards, gear, crafting materials, levels for your gacha summons. Interestingly, every time you finish a mission, you have your horse carriage just like ride up out of nowhere. And because this game, interestingly, does not possess the typical landing screen like in gacha games, you have a menu, and in that menu you can navigate to summoning new characters. You can navigate to the gear section where you can equip your characters with gear. You can navigate to the characters section. You can navigate to missions, chapters, all of the side content, but everything for this game takes place at the end of each mission. You walk right up to the person that allows you to summon, and you can summon. I will note the acquisition rate of summon tickets is abysmal in the beta test. I've done a grand total of I think like 30 summons, and admittedly 20 of those were gifted to me, I think, as a reward for participating in the beta. The gacha in this actually isn't for characters that you can play as. The gacha instead gives you these guys. They are additives that directly affect your skills. When selecting a skill, you can synchronize the skill with a number of different heroes. These heroes are non-playable heroes, mind you. They also have rarities of 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, etc., etc. They have levels. They can be upgraded just like an actual character can be. So they are, by extension, a piece of gear, and they provide a beneficial effect. As an example here, he provides a plus 19 to character attack, plus 6 to character defense, plus 11.8% to synced skill damage, and a variety of other options like Heaven's Mercy, Heaven's Curse. You are limited, however, to how many you can equip at any given time by the amount of perception you have. I think I have just enough perception to equip 3 4-star heroes and 1 3-star hero. I don't have enough to equip anything else. I exceed, unfortunately, the maximum amount of perception we are allotted by about 1. if I try to equip a 2-star character or a 2-star, I forget what these are even called. You have your basic skills. Each character has their own unique set of skills. Skills can be upgraded, and they're actually comboed together. So you can only ever have 2 different skills on your screen at once. And by equipping a set of combos, you can have them used in succession. The more you click the button, the more abilities get used. So it's up to you to decide how you want them to be used in succession. Now, you can level your skills, you can upgrade your skills. Phantoms, there we go, that's what they're called. All right, I was struggling to remember. So the gacha in this is for phantoms, not for actual playable characters. There's a gear system in game. It's about as basic as any other gear system. As you can see, there are actually a lot of slots available, so you fill all of these different slots with gear that you can obtain via the completion of chapters and missions, or you can buy gear from the store here. The store offers randomized gear, so it might give you 1-star gear, 2-star gear, 3-star gear. I think every piece of gear I've successfully gotten that is classified as an epic quality, so the Jade token and the privilege weapon, I actually got both from the store. The store costs real money. We'll go ahead and buy, I don't know, I got like 180 grand. Let's buy 20. I didn't get any legendary pieces. So I'm kind of unlucky, admittedly, but I did get 2 legendary pieces, so I mean, I guess I'm not that unlucky. Then there are costumes. I mean, costumes are the most important part of every game, right? Oh, wait, I finally unlocked this outfit. Dude, I've been trying to unlock this forever. I've been playing this game for like a week now. Oh, that's so cool. Damn it, I just now realized I'd finally unlocked it. So, you have a variety of different outfits that you can equip on your character. Oh man, she is very attractive. Damn. I'm gonna be honest with you here. I haven't looked at the outfits for the characters because oh my God. And they're live 2D models as well. That's phenomenal. I've successfully unlocked 1 out of the 6 outfits. So, I mean, evidently I'm not that lucky.
I am Utilitina, the magnum opus of Master Lucky.
You have her. She allows for you to view scenes that you've already seen.
When Tang Li and I were dating, he was more diligent than anyone else.
Pretty good voice acting. There's actually a lot of story in this game. I think the story isn't bad. It's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really not bad. And then finally, I guess, is the actual game itself. So the game functions primarily like a traditional gacha RPG, in so that there are various different chapters. Each chapter has a number of different missions that you can play. Each chapter has a number of different difficulties for their respective missions. To unlock additional difficulties, you need to clear previous difficulties. I've done normal for each of these. I've done master for the Raven Ruins and normal and master for both of these as well. I've played the game a decent amount, probably like 6, 7, 8 hours worth of the game so far. And I've unlocked this. This is about as much as I've unlocked. The chapters themselves are filled with story. The missions are pretty much all completely straightforward. They offer a number of different enemies, waves of enemies to fight. You're given the option of participating in the side quests only if you want to. You can completely ignore side content altogether. If you're like me and are more of a fan of following the story, so you can unlock additional content, so you can unlock the new areas, so you can unlock, dude, where's the, okay, here it is. If you're a fan of unlocking more of the game, as opposed to continuing to rerun the same areas over and over, then you're gonna want to progress with just a storyline. And I like the fact that I'm not gated from doing that. I did a video just a few days ago on Tactop Symphony, a player pass on that game, and I absolutely hated how gated progression was. How I was required to progress in this very linear way that didn't allow for me to pursue just a story if I wanted to. I was forced to do an egregious amount of side content, and I'm not a fan of side content. Like, when I play games, I like to play a game from start to finish, but at my own pace and in my own way. And being forced to participate in content that I don't enjoy, it deters me from actually continuing to play the game. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. I think this is an example of a side quest. I'm actually... Wait, no, come on. I'm trying to jump over that. What? Okay, like, come on. That I should, there's no way. There's actually no way I should have gotten hit by that. I'm sorry. There's just no way. I do not want you guys to judge me either, okay? I was trying to jump over it. I genuinely tried jumping over that. But this is an example of a side area. An area that you're not required to go. The red dictates a boss encounter. The red arrow, and that's what this is. Again, I'm probably not gonna have much difficulty with it, but that's because I'm just very strong, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of good at this game. Unless you're forcing me to, you know, dodge little projectiles that are being shot at you. And I will note here that the combat isn't just like mashing your button and mashing your skills. It also has a dodge function and a jump function. Dodging is very useful at keeping you alive, unless you're like me and don't require dodges. Jumping is also useful because there are a number of areas in game like this where you can fall to your death. I'm not gonna say I've done that very often, but it's definitely possible to fall to your death in this game, and having a feature like that, I think, adds an additional layer of difficulty to the game that isn't found typically in games. Okay, but that time that I died is actually because I'm trying to talk to you guys, not and 100% because I wasn't paying attention. That is the only reason I fell off the cliff there, not because, you know, it is a feature defeated me, bested me completely, and only because I was distracted trying to talk. You try to talk and play a game at the same time for like 15 minutes straight. It's difficult. Now, the game, interestingly enough, is actually surprisingly good looking. Like, this kind of reminds me of a cross between Ninja Scroll. I don't know how many of you guys played Ninja Scroll or remember Ninja Scroll, and oh man, I can't remember the other anime, but this is very Ninja Scroll-ish. And I think Ninja Scroll is actually one of the anime that I enjoy more than probably any other like samurai themed anime. And oh, it's over. Okay, yeah. And that's a game. That's pretty much everything you do in the game. You more or less navigate horizontally, vertically on occasion. You hack and slash your way through a plethora of different enemies. You continue to unlock new chapters, new missions, continue with the story, have your horse and carriage follow you, meet some hot waifus along the way, and never summon anything because you don't get given any fucking currency in this game. It's horrible. Overall though, I had a lot of fun in it. I think this is genuinely a fun game with some great combat that looks good and is overall an enjoyable experience, at least in the short term. I don't think this is a game that I would necessarily play long term, not because this is bad, but because I feel like it doesn't have enough to warrant me logging in every day to play it. It doesn't have that same kind of replayability that something like Arknights has, or Azure Lane has, or Blue Archive has, or Genshin has even. So, I mean, that's my impression. They're my thoughts on the beta test. This is a final beta test. I don't know how the full launch is going to be. They might add more to it. There might be the ability to garner more tickets for your summons after the game launches. Who knows? I guess it's up to us to leave feedback so they know where to improve. But if Phantom Blade Executioners is not the kind of game that you're interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of more interest to you.